Hey guys, Davison here. I'm your TikTok and Snapchat help girl. So if that content interests you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, today I'm going to talk about how my heart is broken because despite TikTok being an amazing platform that can gain you clout, it's got its problems, girl. Let's be honest. Is you okay? No, you're not. But it's okay to not be okay, as long as you fix it. The first problem with TikTok is that their community guidelines are inconsistently applied. So what that means is that they frequently penalize some groups while sparing other groups. So for example, young men on TikTok can get away with showing most of their bodies. They can go shirtless, they can model in front of the mirror, whereas if a young woman wears a crop top, so she's completely covered except for her navel, and shows too much of her belly button, her video can often end up going under review a second time and being locked from public view. So what that means is men have an advantage on TikTok over women because they have less restrictions in terms of what they wear. I'm gonna cut to cherry.drp's TikTok about some of the problems of TikTok's community guidelines and how they're applied to different users.
I'm gonna rant about all the things I find wrong with TikTok, so if you don't wanna hear this bullshit, keep scrolling. 1, trans people can't talk about being trans on TikTok. That is fucked up, okay? 2, boys literally walk around with their dicks going down their legs in their pants. TikTok don't give a shit. A shit. Girls have a shirt that's this much too low, and it's easy to remove the video. Excuse me, no. People get 1 million likes for literally standing shirtless in front of a camera. And that's on you, girl. Stop liking those men. They ain't doing shit for you. A fact. But like, this is work. This is art. Plenty of people on this app do what I do. They do art, they do work, they don't get praised for it. TikTok is homophobic, transphobic, low-key sexist also, and just a bitch. But it can be.
So as you can see, TikTok has a gender-based rule enforcement problem. They also have a sexual orientation-based rule application problem. And it's something that absolutely needs to be fixed because what's allowed on TikTok sort of sets the social standard worldwide. The second problem of TikTok is that big creators can get away with things that smaller creators can't. Okay, so back to problem number 1, wherein women are being penalized and members of the LGBTQ community are being penalized. I've often seen bigger verified creators doing things that thankfully are liberating for those communities, but for some reason, their TikToks don't get taken down. Let me give you an example. There's a girl who does fitness videos, and you can see her entire butt, which you can see clearly here. But for some reason, that's okay, versus why is it not okay for other women to wear crop tops in their videos? They're not purposely doing it to provide an erotic display, and I would argue that even if they were, it's a heck of a lot less unintentionally erotic than this piece of material, but this one stays up. Guys, let me know what you think of the examples I just gave in the comment section down below. So moving on to number 3. This is a scary one. Even if you get really big on TikTok, and by big I mean into the hundreds of thousands of followers, if you don't have a community manager on TikTok, your account can be suspended or temporarily blocked from posting without any notice or reason for them doing it. And they also frequently get it wrong.
Want to see what I can do? No, I don't think I do. Sick. I said no, but okay. You see this right here? Boom. How you like that? What the fuck?
I never heard of you. Don't know your name.
Number 4 and number 5, their customer service is inconsistent. Even if you email them, even if you report a problem within the app, sometimes they help you and sometimes they don't. Sometimes things get mysteriously reversed, thankfully. Sometimes they don't. So I wish that if TikTok helped you sometimes, that they helped you always. And the number 5 point that I wanted to get into that relates to that is sometimes videos that were previously cleared from being under review by your reviewers go back under review a second time, and they never get taken down and they never get reviewed. So you get videos that didn't violate guidelines that are stuck in limbo with no explanation and no help. And TikTok really needs to work on that, because it's not fair to remove content that abides by guidelines or say that something is under review when it's clearly being reviewed by no one. And it seems like TikTok has no intention of ever reviewing the material. And if it is a case that you put a video locked and you never want to have it be public again, come up with a new status and say, hey, this video's been locked, this decision is final. Even though I guarantee you that the locks would be wrong 75% of the time, and a big creator out there somewhere is stuffing like firecrackers up their butt and not getting into trouble for it. Number 6, there's currently no monetization on TikTok other than gifts you get when you go live. And what's kind of draining about that is live streaming is an entirely different duty than creating TikToks. So while you might enjoy being creative, editing your TikToks or shooting your TikToks, you don't necessarily feel like going live to a live audience and interacting with them. And it's a totally different skill requiring a different kind of charisma that luckily I have. But why can't we get tipped gifts on our individual TikToks? Can you imagine if they put a little gift button at the bottom, how much money we could make? We could make a fortune, even just 5 cents every viewer. You get 1.2 million views. Man, you is raking in the coin. And know that if you are trying to make money on TikTok, another thing you need to know is that they keep over 50% sometimes of your live tips. So it's really hard to make a lot of money on TikTok. Right now, a lot of people are still working at fast food joints, okay? And they have hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. So that's like a huge monetary discrepancy that absolutely needs to be fixed. Number 7 is that the algorithm often gets you into a filter bubble. So if you like a certain kind of content, instead of you as a viewer having some diversity to what you're seeing, you get locked into weird little areas of TikTok that maybe you don't want to be locked into. So I wish there was a way that one could access a meta stream or a traffic-based stream of TikTok in terms of what's trending, instead of always being stuck in the alley of what one likes. Now I know maybe they do these filter bubbles because it gets us more addicted to the app. It also studies us better, but it would be nice if we could break free of what the algorithm thinks about us every once in a while, because it's self-reinforcing, and then before you know it, you're like a crazy cat lady because all you see is cat videos, when really you're about a whole bunch of different things. Also, what sucks about getting caught in a filter bubble is if you are a creator, you want to stay on top of what's trending, and you can't always depend upon the discover or search function of TikTok to tell you what's trending. Sometimes it's through seeing what everybody's doing or hopping on. So if you're stuck in Catland, for example, you're gonna miss out on a dance that you could be doing that could be getting super popular and getting you more fans. It's just an algorithmic limitation that unfortunately most of us live through on various social media platforms, but I think there's additional features that TikTok could introduce to make that better. I guess it's also just being aware of what you like on TikTok will end up informing the content of your entire account. And that has a different effect on you if you're a creator versus if you're just a standard viewer. Number 8 is that, speaking of filter bubbles, people don't necessarily always watch your content even if they're following you. See, what happens is that the For You page is so addictive in its filtering and delivery of content to you that you stop paying attention to the recently uploaded side of TikTok. So unfortunately, followers on TikTok don't necessarily mean that your popularity is consistent. It could mean that you had a couple of viral videos that did super well, and then the audience doesn't really remember you or doesn't see you because they're spending too much time on the For You page. Number 9 is kind of vain, but it's true. You will unfortunately feel very insecure sometimes in using TikTok because a lot of the top creators are very young and very attractive. So know that the pitfall of using TikTok is that beautiful people might make you feel worthless, which I don't know why as human beings we have that reaction to beautiful things, but when all you see is beautiful faces constantly on your feed, which don't represent the majority. Most of us are just normal, right? And average. It kind of tricks your brain into thinking that you shouldn't create TikToks because you can't compete. Also, if you're older like me, sometimes you might feel like you are not wanted on the platform, but you just have to ignore the haters. And also just keep showing up, because eventually the kids will get used to a diversity of ages on TikTok instead of it just being Gen whatever we're at, Gen Z, Gen L, Gen Q, Gen X. No, Gen X, that's me. Finally, the 10th problem with TikTok is that sometimes it inadvertently suppresses things that would benefit the progress of our culture. So back to what I had said in point number 1, things that are edgier, things that are political, things that are critical, they might get taken down when really they should be allowed to be up, or comedy is frequently misinterpreted on TikTok. So I wish that TikTok would very much tread lightly in North America in terms of what it censors. There's a lot of censorship on TikTok, and I don't think that that's their intent. I truly think it's just a problem with the way that they are managing the entire mass of content that's always thrown at TikTok every second. It would be amazing to know how many TikToks are uploaded to TikTok every second, but I imagine it's in the hundreds of thousands, which, can you even imagine what that means to go through? I think it would be impossible for humans to go through it all, which is the sad truth. But if also North American values aren't appealing to certain countries, maybe they should consider restricting certain countries from viewing our content. I don't know. I mean, I would rather not have an audience of people who frequently get offended by what I do, even though it doesn't violate community guidelines, than have more followers that potentially cause me problems. And I just love TikTok so much that I just want it to be the fairest and most open and most positive platform possible. And I think you feel the same way. So let me know what you think of my video about the top 10 problems with TikTok in the comment section down below. My name is Davison. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok. I'm at Davison Video there. Leave a like again on this video if I spoke about something that you think is amazing. And if I missed a problem with TikTok, let me know in the comment section down below.